a parked car suddenly burst into flames after its lights flickered repeatedly. Massive explosions ripped through the mountain as stunned witnesses filmed the rising smoke and dust. Lightning sent a man running from his house as thunder struck the roadside pole beside him. A towering building collapsed into a cloud of dust as crowds recorded the destruction.
Oh my God, I was so
A driver escaped disaster by reversing off snowy tracks just before a speeding train arrived. An excavator tore down a huge building while spectators filmed every second. A massive structure toppled and flipped into the water as people watched in disbelief. A snow scooter rider crashed hard across the ice while another stared in shock. A falling tree branch smashed onto a moving car, leaving the driver stunned. A runaway vehicle rolled backward inside the building and crashed despite desperate attempts to stop it. A brake-failed truck barreled into cars in a roadside pole, causing heavy destruction. A driver lost control in a parking lot, flipping the vehicle as bystanders rushed to help. Panic erupted inside the building when something suddenly caught fire and people ran for safety. A speeding car slammed into a tree outside the homes as a nearby woman watched in shock. A three-wheeler spun out of control and crashed beside the street in front of shocked witnesses. A recovery operation turned chaotic when a moving truck smashed into the wreck it was towing.
Maju, maju. Kereta beat, kereta beat. Lagi, ya. Lagi ke depan, terus. Lagi. Oke. Waduh. Awas. Awas tali. Aduh, masuk lagi. Waduh, ya Allah.
Two cars collided violently at night, leaving both. A destroyed car lay wrecked on the street as people watched from inside the building. Both wrecked before rescuers arrived. Flames erupted from a tuned car on the dyno, shocking everyone inside the garage. A huge explosion sent black smoke into the sky as crowds filmed the dramatic scene.
Ooh, that's hot.
That was hot.
Damn, boy, that was hot. I had to.
A driver reversed at the last second to avoid a brake-failed truck charging toward him.
Tak ada brake ke gila?
Astagfirullahaladzim.
A truck suddenly snagged on the road and crashed as the driver behind watched helplessly. A mountainside collapsed onto the road, crushing the passing vehicle below. Dinters fled their meals when debris crashed onto the street in front of them.
Kita hari ini mendapat kerangka.
ये देखो तार ब्लास्ट होते हुए.
Live power lines erupted with fiery sparks as pedestrians moved nearby. Powerful winds tore wood and roofing debris onto the street in a violent burst. Teachers rushed children to safety as a tornado formed near the school field. A tornado appeared across the open field, sending terrified people running. A huge section of land suddenly gave way on the mountain before stunned witnesses. Workers dodged danger as a falling tree crushed the front of a nearby building. A bin suddenly exploded inside the building, sending workers scrambling away. A three-wheeler slammed into an open car door in a painful street collision. A truck lost control on a snowy road and crashed off the side. Cargo spilled from a pickup truck, shattering glass in front of nearby drivers. A speeding truck nearly slid off a mountain road as spectators watched in fear. A truck trapped on the railway track was obliterated by the oncoming train. One turning truck was smashed by another as bystanders rushed to help. helicopter lost control in the mountains and crashed before horrified witnesses. A car smashed into another turning vehicle, leaving both badly destroyed. A speeding truck crashed off the roadside while the shaken driver survived. A truck snagged street wires on a steep road, unleashing showers of sparks. A man ran for his life as an electric pole exploded with sparks beside him. Street wires burst into flames, forcing a driver to reverse quickly. A truck ripped down street wires at night, bringing a pole crashing to the ground. A speeding motorboat smashed into a giant fish as spectators watched in disbelief. A train struck the back of a truck crossing the railway track. A vehicle barely escaped the tracks seconds before a speeding train arrived. A giant pole crashed onto a scooter, but the rider jumped clear in time. A lifter machine tipped over and flipped as people rushed to help the operator. A huge section of building debris crashed onto the street before passing drivers.
Я заснял.
Violent winds destroyed construction shelters as workers watched helplessly. Heavy debris plunged from a building, narrowly missing a motorcyclist below.
Oh.
An explosion erupted beside a worker, covering the area in smoke as he ran. A brake-failed truck narrowly missed traffic after the driver steered onto the roadside. A truck nearly smashed into a building, but the driver saved it at the last moment. Loose tire flies into a building, narrowly missing a woman working outside. Small four-wheeler loses control indoors and crashes, leaving a woman furious. chain reaction crash sends a pickup into a van as the driver escapes just in time. High-speed vehicle loses control and smashes into a building, ending in total destruction. Cargo falls from a pickup truck, forcing drivers behind to stop abruptly. Falling object nearly hits a student, but he escapes at the last moment. Parked car suddenly ignites, and flames spread rapidly despite attempts to stop it. Truck tire explodes during inflation, shocking those nearby in tense moment. Out of control construction vehicle crashes into a parked delivery van, destroying it. Truck driver halts just in time after spotting a child, narrowly avoiding tragedy. Two children narrowly escape a speeding truck as brakes fail at the last second. Biker crashes into a worker indoors, sending food flying across the floor. Speeding pickup slams into a building near a mountain area, shocking a nearby worker. Man barely avoids being hit by a car sliding across a snowy path. Biker jumps off just before collision as his bike crashes into a truck. Lightning ignites a mountain fire, creating a dramatic and dangerous scene. Massive landslide blocks a mountain road, trapping the route instantly. Flood and landslide combine into a destructive surge from the mountains. Violent wind waves tear through a street, damaging buildings and scattering debris. Lightning repeatedly strikes windmills in a mountain region, creating a powerful display. Heavy snowfall blankets the area rapidly, surprising the observer. Landslide forces drivers to stop just in time, narrowly escaping danger. Entire mountainside collapses, leaving witnesses stunned by the destruction. Snowslide blocks the road instantly, cutting off passage ahead.
哦呀，那重载机埋在里面了。
哦，怎么下去哦？今天。
哇靠！
Huge section of mountain collapses, shaking the entire landscape. Rockfall and dust storm rush down the slope, overwhelming the area. Snow and dust clouds engulf the mountain, reducing visibility instantly. Extreme wind waves strike shelters, forcing people to watch from safety. Tornado and windstorm lift dust into the air, creating a chaotic atmosphere. Construction site disappears into a dust storm as workers rush to secure belongings. Livestock panic as powerful winds destroy their shelters completely. Rooftop shelter is ripped apart by strong winds, sending debris flying. Scooter rider and pedestrian nearly fall into mud while trying to pass. Child struggles with connected cones, confused as they fall repeatedly. Skateboard falls into water, prompting the owner to jump in and recover it.
Where is it?
Try that.
Bye.
Young girl cries after her shoe gets stuck in deep mud. Two people slip and slide into water, creating a sudden chaotic moment. Girl loses balance while spinning and falls during her own recording. Man accidentally destroys a banner while falling onto it. Child runs away in fear as a bird approaches too closely. Man disciplines a horse after it attempts to bite, asserting control. Child gets frightened by a rabbit and quickly retreats.
Oh, jetzt geht Paris los.
Bottle bursts unexpectedly during travel, leaving the girl embarrassed.
Ich liebe es, dass ich das auf Kamera habe.
Mouse escapes by dragging the trap away, outsmarting its owner. Dog digs in a humorous way while another joins in, amusing the owner.
Everyone needs a dog to brighten their day.
A playful dog tumbled into a box as the owner burst into laughter. Cat startles a girl indoors by knocking something over and jumping suddenly. A football kick shattered the vase, sending the girl and her brother into panic mode. Two people lifted a box, but the girl suddenly fell and stood there embarrassed. A man filming jumped back as a strange insect crawled toward him. A girl slipped in front of everyone and turned red with embarrassment as the room laughed. Crowds gathered beside the water as countless insects swarmed around them.
Thế mở bán lên thì bảo là mọi người bảo đặc sản sông Hồng nhiều lắm, nhiều như vừa.
Underwater flowers and plants created a breathtaking hidden garden beneath the surface. Swarms of flies surrounded the glowing light above the water, creating a bizarre scene. A fisherman reeled in a bizarre slim fish and stared at it in disbelief. A strange insect crawled across the rock as the man watched in shock. Butterflies filled the lakeside air as a man happily filmed himself among them. Snow suddenly burst from the ground, leaving the man stunned by nature's force. An avalanche thundered down the snowy mountain as a skier watched in fear. Smoke poured from underground pipes as the man kept filming in shock.
Şu an çalışıyor. Hayırlı uğurlu olsun kendisine. Evet, 5 dakika olmadı çalışalı. Bütün alanı kapattık.
A scooter rider slammed into a parked car at night, crushing the rear end. Burning cans lined the highway, creating a surreal trail of fire beside the road.
Like a normal one?
Parcelle de Vos gros. Allumage.
A strange liquid hit the ground and instantly released thick smoke around the crowd. Powerful winds tore through the house as a woman rushed inside for cover. Beautiful layers of water formed a mesmerizing natural pattern on camera. Flying debris smashed into a parked car during violent winds, all caught on CCTV. Heavy snow crashed from the mountain as subway passengers watched the chaos unfold. A man transformed noodles into cloth like strands in a strangely satisfying moment. One side of the building collapsed beside passing people, narrowly avoiding disaster. A driver raced through a storm of insects before stopping for shelter. Pedestrians froze in shock as a lightning bolt slammed into a street pole nearby.